Hey, how you doing? I'm Daecaron, and this is 10 things you need to know before starting Dune Awakening. Let's get into it. Number 1. Classes and trainers. When you start the game, you can choose a class that you want to play with. You can choose from 4 classes out of a total of 5. The 5th class that you're not able to choose in the beginning is the planetologist. You will be unlocking that during the course of the game. You will have access to the trooper, the mentat, the Bene Gesserit, and the swordmaster to choose from in the beginning. Many people will recommend that you do not start with the trooper, as you unlock him. You unlock the trainer very early on in your gameplay, within the first couple of hours, if not less, depending on how quick you play the game. And therefore, the recommendation would be in the spirit of efficiency to choose one of the other 3 classes from the start, as you would then unlock the trooper trainer shortly after in order to unlock the skills. My suggestion would be to play the game how you want, choose whichever class you feel connected to, which class has the best fantasy for you, and just go with that. Number 2, research. When you first start off the game, you will be presented with 2 options, whether to choose the default recommended research path that unlocks as the game progresses, and it tells you basically what is available, or a more advanced option of where everything would be available to you and you can pick and choose and spend your points as you see fit. The recommendation from me would also be to, if this is the first time you play the game, choose the recommended default option. Also, one thing that I found easy to overlook, which you need to pay attention to, is how to unlock certain research skills. When you hover over an item to research that is still locked, you will see a locked icon. It's pretty obvious, but at the same time it's easy to miss if you're in the spirit of the game and you are enjoying it and you're just going from one thing to another, you're excited, you can easily miss this also. However, it is there in red. The locked icon right underneath it is the requirements to unlock it. Another point under research, during the game, as you progress through your quest, your main quest, you will be required to research certain items and then most likely craft those researched items also. The recommendation would be do that as soon as possible, as it can save you unnecessary running back and forth across the map, as you would research something and craft that item or craft it straight after, which would then unlock the next part of your journey, your quest, which might reveal something that is close by or something that is overlapping with another quest that you've got in a destination that you're going to, and therefore you can combine those exploration duties. Number 3, base building. First thing about base building, do not worry about making mistakes when you build, as when you dismantle, you will get 100% of the resources back that you have spent. Next, for base building, under the build menu, which is a little bit tucked away, which took me a bit of time to find, is eventually you will unlock placeable items and you will struggle to find it in your immediate option list. If that is the case, press R, as in the middle of the screen there it says change set. You press the R key. That brings up a section here at the top above your list. Your list expands, and then a section here above the top is your placeables, where you can cycle through Z to C. And there you will find the missing items. Next thing for building, please be aware that once you place an item, your base sub-fief is basically your seed or your starting point to claim the land for when you build a base. There are levels of restrictions to each placeable item, including the sub-fief and all your machines that you place down, including your doors. These are access permissions. By default, it would be set to level 3. You will have a blue purpley circle over it with a number 3 in it. That is the default state once you place something. But be aware, level 3 associate is pretty much open for the public. If your door is set to 3, someone can come into your base. If your storage chest is set to 3, they can loot your storage chest. What you want to do is set it higher than that, either co-owner if you're in a group of friends, or number 1, the owner. That would restrict people from accessing inventories of storage units or entering your base. Number 4, water. Water is critical in the game, but don't worry, there are more than enough of those flowers that you can drink water from, scattered all over the desert. The ones you start off in the cave. When you start the game, you will come across those plants and those flowers to hydrate from. It does, however, only replenish your water up to the first mark. You will need to research more in order to fill up. Speaking of, those would come down to blood packs later on. Do yourself a favor, keep a couple of those on you. You can store 3 units, 3 extractions worth of blood in 1 pack. And you would then recycle that into water. Then spending too much time in the sun, you have that meter that they tell you about also, that you will get heat stroke. It's not the end of the world. It's not such a massive impact on your character. You can easily survive a couple of seconds, even up to like half a minute in the sun. Your water will slowly start draining, but not at such an alarming rate that you are at risk of dying. As long as you can get to shade within the next few seconds after getting heat stroke, you will be fine. Number 5, abilities and items. Some very good abilities to keep an eye out for in the beginning that will just make your life so much easier is the Trooper Sugar Wire Claw. Pretty much a grappling hook. It is great for traversing terrain. It can even with accompanying equipment, it can even speed up your movement speed, increase movement speed a little bit, making getting from point A to B a bit faster. So this is very good. You can get this right off the block. Coming out of the gate, you can have this. The catch being, you would need to choose Trooper as your class starting the game. Then we have the next item you want to keep an eye out for is a passive suspensor belt. You have various options of these that you would find. If you find one and it doesn't auto-equip, make sure you equip it. It does have a power drain on it, so eventually it will run out. But this is amazing. This first of all prevents you from taking falling damage. You can jump off high cliffs, and just before you hit the ground, it will start slowing you down. It will has an animation effect, which is very cool. And this is just great for also traversing terrain and not having to worry of taking fall damage if you fall down from a high altitude. Next, we have the respawn beacon. Do not overlook this item. It is very good as you can pick it up again. Once you place your beacon, you can afterwards pick it up and reuse it. This is basically a respawn point, for if you die, you have this to carry with you. You can craft multiple, but be aware that you can pick up your beacon after placing it. It's not a once-use item. Place it before going into a dangerous area. Do what you need to do, come out, pick it up, and go on your way again. Number 6, Keybinds. Please note, for those running around across the desert for long distances, there is no auto run option, unfortunately. Also, if you were looking for a dodge roll, you will not find a dodge roll. Unfortunately, would have been good, but it's not in the game. The alternative to the dodge roll would be your dash. Number 7, fast traveling. First of all, there is none. There is no fast traveling in the game, at least not at the start of the game. Second option you have to fast traveling is you will find a ornithopter pilot at the trading post that you will eventually get to. And the ornithopter pilot can take you to certain locations, which would be like a taxi service, which you need to pay for. The cost for you to be aware of, if you want to save up, if you're planning on using the service, is 2,500 coins. 2,500 coins. The other option is to use your respawn. Be aware that when using the respawn option, you will be presented with a warning which tells you respawning to a respawn point results in item and durability loss. You can, however, choose a respawn point, and this is where the respawn beacon comes in. If you do decide to use the respawn option as a means of fast traveling and you are willing to undergo durability loss and you don't care for the items you have on you to lose them, you can choose between respawn points, whether it's your respawn beacon or your base. You can essentially fast travel in that way. Number 8, quest tracking. As you play the game, you will have on the top left corner, you will have your quests being tracked. Your main quest being the purple quest, which is your main journey, and then at a later stage you will get contracts, which you can track also, and that would be a blue quest to track underneath that. At this point in time, you would have only 2 quests to be able to track. The main quest is fine, that's only the one purple, but if you do pick up multiple contracts, you would need to manually swap them out by tracking and untracking them individually, depending on which one you are actively following. If you want to swap out the contract tracking, all you need to go is into your menu system, go up to journey, click on journey, and then at the top we have the 4 icons. The first one is your main journey, main objectives, that is the journey that you go through, main quest. And the second one, which is the fountain pen icon, these are your contracts. Just click on a contract and track it with a T or click on it. Number 9, map icons. Map icons in Dune Awakening is reversed in color order compared to the default way that most games do it. In which case, your unvisited locations are grayed out, and visited locations where you've already been is colored versions of those icons. Number 10, crafting and inventory. Note that crafting on your character via the crafting menu or using a machine in your base to craft something pulls resources from your storage automatically. You do not have to have the resources in your inventory, in your backpack, in order to craft. Next part about the inventory, Note that there are two limitations on your backpack, on your inventory storage space. You have on the left hand side, you have the weight of items in your inventory, which will increase as you add more items. If the weight has reached maximum, you cannot carry any more items, regardless of whether you have slots open. You start off with a maximum of 35 slots in your backpack, and if your weight of the items is maxed out and you are only 10 slots out of 35, you cannot add anything more. You need to reduce the weight. Same other way around. If you have 35 out of 35 slots used and there's no more slots open, and you still have weight capacity available, you cannot pick up any new items that is not already in your inventory that could be stacked. Any stackable items, yes, can still go into your inventory and it will just increase the weight, but you will not be able to pick up any new items as there's no new slots available. Bear that in mind, as there are two restrictions to your inventory space. And that is it, everyone. Thank you very much for watching this video. Hopefully it's been insightful and you learned a couple of things, and that this would make your journey in Dune Awakening a breeze. Like if you like the content, please subscribe, leave a comment, leave your favorite emoji. It helps the channel, helps the algorithm. Appreciate it very much. I've been Daecaron and you've been awesome. Catch you next time.